Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is a weird way to start. I want to talk about motivation, or how to get motivated. So first off, why am I creating this video? Well, at this point in time, I feel like I'm very motivated. I'm doing lots of stuff. I'm creating videos, I'm making little comics, I'm drawing a lot, I'm in a theater group. Basically, there's always something I'm creating or doing, and I feel at this point in time, I'm the most motivated I've been in quite some time. So I thought this would be the best time to create a video like this. Now, I'm not an expert on motivation. These are just my own personal stories and personal things I want to say about it, so take it as you will. So the things I'll be talking about in this video are: what does motivation mean to me and why should you get motivated? The initial start of doing something, so when motivation begins, when motivation stops or runs out, setting goals and the deepness of those goals, and how doing something you like will really help you a lot in getting motivated. So first off, what does motivation mean to me? It's basically a big driving force in my life at the moment. I think I'm the happiest when I'm always creating and doing something. And motivation is something I guess I use when I want to do something really badly, but there's all these things that stop me from doing it, and you use your motivation to actually do the thing you want to do. And that leads me directly into why I get motivated. I think everyone in life wants to progress. Even in games or in films or whatever, you want to get to the final boss, you want to do more stuff, you want to train yourself, you want to get better, you want to always go further and not stop somewhere. I think stopping in your life and just everything being the same is the worst that you can do. So you should get motivated and do the stuff you want to do. So okay, we get it. You want to get motivated. Now the thing is, how to get motivated. I think getting motivated for something is probably one of the hardest things you can do. Even in this video right now, I really want to create this video, but it's always when I need to record my voice, I'm like, I really don't want to do this for some reason. It'll be bad. I really have to set myself to it to actually do it. Even though I really want to create this video, it's still hard for me to start. And here's a little story about that. Basically, at the office, at the Pegbarians office, we get there at around 10 o'clock, which means I get up at 9. And at one point I thought to myself, getting up at 9 is pretty late and it's pretty laid back. So why don't I just wake up 1 hour earlier and I could do a morning workout. Then I could do my shower and eat and then go to work. So the next day I wanted to start doing my morning workout. And already I was finding ways to trick myself into not doing it. I would look at the clock and I was like, I'll just sleep for 5 more minutes and then I'll do my workout. And eventually it became, I'll just do a workout for half an hour, just to begin, just to get myself into it. And then the next time I'll do an hour. But that doesn't work. Stuff like that is really hard to do, especially getting out of bed in the morning is really hard. When you say to yourself, I want to get up 1 hour earlier, it's just, your body doesn't want to do it because your bed is nice and warm. But then I thought to myself, oh, come on, at least try. Why would you do anything if you're not even going to try and do it right? So the next time I woke up at 8 and I did my morning workout and I felt great afterwards. I felt like I accomplished something. I felt happier throughout the day and I felt more energetic because I did the workout. So all these things were really positive. And that transitions nicely into when motivation runs out. Because I did the workout for quite a while and then I had to go on an animation course for 2 weeks in Germany. And I didn't do the morning workouts then because I didn't have time. And when I got back, it was really hard to start them up again. So even though with the morning workout, I felt better through the entire day. I felt like I had more energy. Even then, it had all these positive things. It was really easy to stop doing it. And I still haven't started them. So I had the initial try, but why did my motivation run out? Because I didn't have a goal. And here's a story about goals. Around 5 years ago, I wanted to lose some weight. I was 83 kilos and my goal was to get down to like 70. So I started boxing. And for those of you who know, boxing is great for losing weight. And at the time, I really liked watching boxing videos, like the 80s videos and some boxing anime as well. And I already knew a lot about boxing, so I started boxing. And I lost the weight really fast and thus completed my goal. But I still want to box because I liked it and it's good for your health. And at some point, I used to live in The Hague, and then I moved to Utrecht. So I needed a new boxing school. And I went to one which didn't really fit me, it was very army-like. And I went to another one, but it was kind of far away. So I stopped going to boxing too. So why did I stop that as well? Well, it's about goals. When I was doing the morning workout, I didn't have a goal. I just wanted to do a workout because you have to train your body and it's more healthy for you. But when I was boxing, I did have a goal, and my goal was to lose 12 kilos. And then you set a goal for yourself. I want to lose these kilos, and then it's easier to get more motivation to do something. At a certain point, I was just doing boxing because I really liked it, but the goal isn't there anymore. And the moment you don't have a goal anymore, then keeping your motivation is a really hard thing to do. Oh great, this guy wants to talk about motivation, but he stops everything he does. But there's also not only a goal, but there's also a deepness of the goal. Let's say your goal is, I want to get better at drawing, which is a pretty shitty goal, and I'll tell you why. Because getting better at drawing doesn't really mean anything. When do you say, okay, I'm better at drawing now? Getting better at drawing is something you want to do for the rest of your life, basically. So what is a better goal, more deepness of the goal, is to say like, oh, I want to draw hands better. Okay, that's a better goal, but can we go even deeper? Well, I want to draw hands well in 1 month. Okay, so now you have a goal and you have a time frame and what to discuss about. If you're going to give it an honest try, if you're really going to go for it, at least try it. I'm going to do this for 1 month and then see if I draw hands well. So if you have a goal, you should be as precise as possibly to voice that goal. So the deeper the goal, the better. Also, you should do what you like. That's another important thing. And there's a story about this as well. At Pegbarians, we created an Overwatch video, which came out pretty recently. And Martijn was the main director, I guess, for the video. And at a certain point, he didn't feel like working on the film that much anymore. Because we were working on it and he was getting really slow and he was like, I'm not really sure about this project anymore. I don't think the joke works that well. He simply just lost motivation for creating it. And the thing is, if you don't like what you're working on, then you don't have a lot of motivation for that certain thing. Motivation is kind of like in a game. It's a meter. If you really like something, if you're totally behind it, then you have more motivation for that certain thing. Sometimes I think of a video that's not really that funny. It's funny at the moment. And I think, okay, I've got like 3 days of motivation for this because it's an okay video, but it's not my prize thing that I want to create. So my motivation for that, I already know it's not going to last like weeks. That's also, I guess, the deepness of how much you like something. And I really like boxing, and that's why I chose that. And there's another thing about motivation is people around you can also help you get motivated. I was working on Russian Adventure Time. And while I was making it, I was making the animatic, that's like a moving storyboard. And I was halfway there and I was thinking to myself, this is really shitty, it's not funny at all, no one's gonna laugh. And then I showed the half-finished storyboard to Thijs and Martijn and they were like, this is pretty funny, you should keep doing this. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll finish it in the animatic style and then I'll upload it because I've got some extra motivation to work on it now because they thought it was funny. And the thing is, in the end, it got, I think, around 700,000 views or 800,000 views. And that was really great for that video. So you should also look to your surroundings for motivation. But I think the key thing is, even though with projects like these, where you have to create something by yourself, even if your friends say this is great and you should keep going, it's better if it's from your own heart and you really think, I really want to create this. Because in the end, you're going to put all the work in, so you should be the one who is motivated in the project. So as a sort of recap, the first thing to do is just do it. Give it the initial try and at least do it right. And there's another thing about this, and that's, say you have an idea for a comic or an animation or whatever, and you have that idea in your head and it's in your head the entire time and you're thinking like, yeah, this idea is going to be so great. Or maybe you're even thinking, oh, I'm not ready for this idea yet, I'm not good enough to create these things, I should wait and get better before creating it. And if you just do it, then you've done it and it frees your mind for other ideas, which are probably going to be better even. The faster you do it, the faster you know that this is something for you. Maybe you try boxing and it's not for you. And the faster you try it, the earlier you know and you can do something else. And the second thing is set goals for yourself. Give it a certain time, be as descriptive as possible. I want to get better at drawing hands in different angles. I want to lose 5 kilos within 5 months or whatever. Just be as clear as possible and keep to that goal. And the third thing is do something you like. The more you like something, the more motivation you have for that project. And there's one more thing is when you do a lot of stuff and when you get motivated for a lot of stuff, you know that feeling of getting motivated. And when you get motivated for a couple of things, you get motivated for a lot of things. You know how to use that motivation. Say for me, it's voice acting. I know that before I do voices, I get really antsy and I really don't want to do it. But I know when I'm doing it for like 3 minutes, then I get into it and it'll work out. And even if it's shitty, I can just do it again and make it better. So thanks guys for listening to me rambling on. I hope this video helped you in some way. These are just my own personal stories and my own personal way to get motivated. I wish you guys the best of luck on all your projects and all the things you want to do. I hope it works out for you. Oh, and one more thing. I'd like to thank all the patrons for making this video possible. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And if you'd like, you can become a patron too. Just go over to our Patreon page. And now I'm gonna grab a random patron and I'm gonna draw a little drawing for him. And the random patron is Tomberg. Thanks, Tom. Here's your drawing. Pa-pow! And thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.